XRP holders, we have quite a big day today. The new SEC chairman, head of the SEC, has just been sworn into office. We're going to be talking about that. Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button, hit that bell, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop in this video. All right, guys. So we are looking at crypto Twitter here. You can follow me at 3the3 Blacksea. I say, how do we think this impacts the crypto market? I have a feeling XRP bulls will be happy about this. And guys, after years and years of the SEC really being hostile towards the crypto space and really trying to set an example, create an example out of XRP and for the entire crypto space, years and years of these lawsuits, the Ripple versus SEC, I think we are actually looking at the end here of that lawsuit. Today, SEC announced Paul S. Atkins was sworn into office today as the 34th chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, guys. He's very pro-crypto. Very pro-crypto. No more Gary Gensler. What does that mean for this XRP spot ETF? In my opinion, I think that it's coming probably very soon. There's filings for it. And really, the only thing that was holding the overall green light on it was, well, the SEC had lawsuits against XRP. So why would they let a XRP SPY ETF go through? I think that we're starting to see more and more now that the puzzle pieces are finally falling in line here, and we're getting ready to see probably a larger move, and we're going to be talking about that. So let's take a look here at XRP right now. We are in a little bit of a precarious position in the short term, but we are focused on the long term, guys. If you are an XRP bull, you need to be prepared to be holding for a few years, in my opinion. Now, that's not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you guys my opinion from somebody that's been in this market for nearly a decade in the crypto space. And I think that XRP has proven the test of time. The CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, has been so resilient against the SEC and really the crypto cycles as well. Like, it's crazy to one thing to create and build throughout bear markets. It's another thing to be basically hunted down by governments trying to set an example out of your company when you're just trying to create a product to better the financial system. It's absolutely insane. But right now, on the short term, we're talking technicals now, it does look like we are flirting with really a cliff. I have to say, short term though, guys, short term, all right? This level at $2.07 is an important level. We've been basically flatlined for the past week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of just sitting on this level. I do think that, well, we're seeing Bitcoin decouple from the stock market, right? But I do think that we're probably going to be setting up for a little bit of a breakdown here, guys. And what I'm doing is I am trying to capitalize on these moves. Whether the market goes up, I make money. When the market goes down, I make money, guys. And I'm going to go into a little bit of a short here probably soon, especially if we start to break below $2.07. But I need to reiterate, guys, short term. I'm going to be in the short for a very short amount of time, okay? Because I do think that at any moment we can get a snap and a ping pong action back to new all-time highs because we're in a very narrative-driven market. All it takes is for Jerome to come out and say, hey, we're cutting the rates, or hey, we're pivoting to quantitative easing, and all of a sudden risk-on assets look a lot more favorable to the sideline money. But in the short term, guys, I'm making money when we're going down and when we're going up. And if you guys want to do that as well, check out in the description box below or pin comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign-up bonus to Blowfin. All you have to do is click that link, deposit, trade a little bit, you get a bunch of free money. And guys, really right now, when you're trading in a market that's just flatlining, the best way to actually accrue profit is either sitting on your hands, buying the dip, or in my opinion, if you really want to compound and you know what you're doing, it's high leverage scalping, guys, on low time frames. I'm not talking about just opening a trade and walking away. I'm talking about looking at the technicals, opening a trade, sitting there, watching it, in and out, in and out, in and out. That's what I'm doing right now, and I think that's a successful strategy here when you start to really flatline in a consolidation zone, and that's kind of what I think we're at right now. But we look at XRP, and we're seeing it rank 4, down 1.94% in the past 7 days, up about 0.5% in the past 24 hours. not much movement. All right, guys, like that's crazy. Past 7 days, we're only really shifting like 2%. Guys, the market's quiet. The market's quiet, but there's big things happening. New SEC chairman, Ripple XRP spot ETFs coming in hot. Like, there's big things happening right here. The CEO of Ripple lobbying with the president of the United States and talking with other world leaders. Big deal, guys. It's a big deal. We're sitting at a $121 billion market cap. Still significant, guys. And I do want to say, like, something that's pretty interesting to think about is how Ethereum has just been bleeding out versus all the altcoins. And yeah, like Bitcoin dominance has been rallying significantly because we're not in a risk-on asset favorable environment right now. But look how close XRP is getting to Ethereum here. It's quite concerning for the Ethereum bulls, I'll say that much. And I do think Ethereum will succeed, but I think that there is a world where XRP could flip Ethereum at this rate. And I think we're going to have to be paying very close attention to these numbers when we start to move into a more risk-on asset favorable environment. Because if Ethereum doesn't start catching a bid, like the dominance has bled out a lot for Ethereum. Like it is really, really hurting. And I do think there's a world where XRP could flip Ethereum, guys. You look at the entire market right now, Bitcoin is trading at 87,005. We touched 88.5, important price level. Like I said, right, it's Bitcoin dominance, 65.56% when you exclude stablecoins. Big deal, big deal. So let's talk about Bitcoin for a second here because it's very important we're paying attention to this for the short time frame, all right? Guys, this is kind of why I'm leaning short in the short term. Leaning short in the short term, that's what I'm doing. It's because we've come up here and we've tested 88,005. This is a very important price level on the weekly. On the daily, we came up here, tested it. I mean, if we were to close, this daily candle closure is okay. Like it's bullish. The weekly is more important, okay? Need to see a weekly candle closure above like 86,600. And if we start to see that, and if we have a closure above 88K, I would say, okay, guys, look for some relief here. But as of right now, just a wick to test 88.5. I am leaning towards the idea that we reject down. And if we close above 88K, then I would say, hey, guys, like that is an invalidation for me. So I'll probably be, that's what I'm saying. Like when I'm entering these short positions or these long positions right now, it's very quick in and out because we're on the edge of this market. This market can either, like we could either be moving into our bullish reversal or we could be getting ready to make a lower high and spill over. So it's a very critical point, and that's why it's important to be paying very close attention. But guys, I am profiting. I'm profiting from leverage right now. I'm not telling you that you should do that, but if you want to do that, try it out because I do think that there is an opportunity, especially when this market gets so boring like this, to do that. And guys, let me know in the comments below, like, how big of a deal do you think it is that we have a new SEC chairman? Is it going to be like the yin to the yang? If like Gary Gensler was the yin, is Paul going to be the yang? Is he going to be like the exact opposite? Is he going to be all for crypto and saying, hey, we got to loosen our lineup, let them do whatever they want to do, let's full on mass adoption? Or is it going to be a nothing burger? I think that's going to be a big deal. I think that he is going to help pave the way for letting these crypto companies actually build and build it with true regulation, actual rules. Because there was so much uncertainty with the regulatory climate for the past 8 years. It's been very uncertain because there was no clarity on the regulation. I think that we're finally getting to the point where we're going to start to see that play out, which is very bullish, guys. It's very, very bullish for crypto, and I think that it's going to be an exciting time for XRP. But, guys, that's all I got. Follow me, 333 Black Sea on Twitter, and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.